All right, how's everyone doing? This is Rich CELENZA. Thanks for checking out the Rich CELENZA show, actually. WTF are you talking about? So I actually just shot a video in a Gold's Gym regarding this subject. And it is, when people travel, I realize they become very lazy. I don't know what it is. I think they think, and this is for work related, I'm not even talking vacations, I'm talking people that work and travel a lot of times, I think, make it sound like they're doing so much more than they're actually doing. But the truth is, I think a lot of times when people travel, especially for work, don't get me wrong, they're working, right? But a lot of times they have a lot more freedom than they actually pretend, or they have a lot more freedom than actually they believe, I guess you could say. Because I work with tons of different people, I'm on the road all the time. But when it comes to working out, this is what kind of blows me away. So I know tons of people that I work with, colleagues, and for some reason, I realize a lot of them, when they travel, they just refuse to kind of work out or put an extra effort into working out. But when they're at home, they love working out and they're consistent with working out. And I don't know if they get confused between working on the road kind of being like a mini vacation or an escape from their home or whatever, their home lifestyle, I guess you could say. And I'm not just talking conventions. So you know as well as I don't know if you know this or not actually, but if you go to a lot of conventions, people get nuts, right? A lot of conventions now more than ever are people meeting other people, and then you getting together, you working throughout the day, meetings, the shows, and then at night it's about drinking, dinner, and sometimes it's even, partying. Yeah, no shit. Okay. It's about wining and dining certain clients and having fun, right? You all get together. It's kind of like being at a camp for a few days, I call it. So, anyways, this isn't that necessarily, because a lot of shows or conventions, those are really jam-packed, but you still should be able to find time to work out even in your hotel. But I'm talking about people when you travel in for meetings or even corporate events or whatever the case may be, if you're traveling by yourself, even if you're meeting a colleague or not. And what I also think happens, actually, now that it just came to my mind, is when you meet your other colleagues or you go to meet other people work-related, you kind of follow their pattern, especially if it's easy. So say some of my colleagues or friends, they like to sit around the bar and drink more, right? I'm a restaurant guy, I like Italian restaurants, and then I'm in and out, right? I like coffee, Italian coffees, in and out a little bit. I do hang in like Barnes & Nobles to read, or coffee house when I'm by myself. But I'm talking when I'm with somebody. But when I'm with somebody, a lot of times, I don't follow their pattern. I let them follow mine. And if we don't agree on some things, I just leave. But I think people are free to do that. So if I'm working all day with somebody, a colleague, at the end, I'll be like, hey, we're going back to the hotel. What do you want to do? Well, I'm going to go, I'm going to send some emails. I'll meet you by the bar. Well, no, I'm going to actually go work out a couple hours. I'm going to find a local gym. Well, what do you want to do then for dinner? I'm like, well, I'll meet you then for dinner after I'm done working out. Well, let's do dinner then. And I'll be like, that's fine. You want to do an early dinner? I'll do dinner. And then after that, I'm going to go find a gym and work out. Well, after that, let's go have a drink, or let's go check out this out. I heard this place is cool, or that place is awesome, or let's go to the city. Let's do this. No, I'm not going to do that. You have to, and that doesn't mean I always am this way, but if I like to work out 4 times a week, I stick to my workout, especially when traveling. They just did this study I heard about where people who've been flying for the last 30 years, 20, 30 years consistently that never exercised, they're having horrible back problems, just horrible physical, many different issues, because for the most part, all they did is fly during the day, then they would land. And I go through this as well. Like tomorrow I got to catch a flight. I'm actually driving for 5 hours today, and I just worked out in the morning. I'm flying tomorrow. I have 2 flights, a long day of traveling, but I already put 3 days of working out in, so I'm going to have to take tomorrow off. But for the most part, when I travel, if you got to catch 1 or 2 flights, when you land, first you're sitting on an airplane or sitting in an airport, and then you land, you're going to either get in a rental car, or you're going to have a driver, Uber, Lyft, or a cab, or a shuttle take you to your hotel. Right? Then you're going to probably go sit in a restaurant and eat. Then what? You're either going to go to bed in your hotel room or sit around, watch some sports at the bar. Whatever the case may be, it's so much sitting. What I like to do is when I land, immediately try to get to a gym. I need to get that blood flow. I've been sitting 7, 8, 10 hours sometimes, besides just walking around the airport. But I need to get some blood flow. I need to build up strength. But here's the thing too. So while I'm traveling, which I went into the video, the trick, I think, is just making your life easy regarding certain things when you travel. And working out can either be a pain in the ass when you travel or can be the easiest thing you've ever done. Actually, even easier probably than working out at home, I believe. So what I do is, you have a suitcase, obviously. I bring the gym bag that I usually always bring to the gym, which has, obviously, all my workout clothes in there. My gym shoes are always in there that I use for working out. Socks, backup underwear, all my amenities, including, my creams for my face, shavers, shaving cream. It has everything. It's got my sandals for the shower. It's got my lock. It's got my wraps. It has everything, even a towel I always have in there. My gym, though, gives you towels, LA Fitness, Signature Gym, but I always have a backup towel in my bag. So cologne, obviously, I have everything in that bag. So all I do is put that bag in my suitcase. It is that damn simple. People don't do this. I don't know why. Even a lot of my friends that work out, what they do is they put their workout clothes in there. They usually forget to grab their lock. They forget to grab sometimes their gym shoes, or they don't bring enough workout clothes. You're going to be there 3-4 days. They put like one pair of shorts and 2 shirts or something like that. They're just not prepared when it's so simple. Just have that bag prepared. So when I do land, I open my suitcase, and that's where all my dress clothes are, and my dress shoes and whatever else I have. And I just literally find a gym near the airport, and I pull out my gym bag. I walk right into the gym. Now, if there's an LA Fitness, I'm already a member all over the United States. I show them, and I walk right in, go right to the locker room. I'm ready to work out. I have everything I need to walk in and out. And usually if I use that towel in a gym, then I usually, when I get back to the hotel, I leave that towel and grab another one. I replenish the towel, so I'll always have a clean towel. But I don't know why people do this. Most of the people I know, they'll maybe bring workout clothes, maybe not even sometimes, so they'll either have to buy them when they travel. They'll be like, oh my God, I don't know what I was thinking. And then they don't have a lock, like I said. They don't have a bag to carry it all in. So now they're carrying their shoes, carrying their bag. Carrying their shoes, carrying their clothes in, and it's just a mess. It's just an absolute mess when they get there. And then when they're leaving, they're carrying it all. They're forgetting things. So that's one thing. And here's the other thing I want to go over regarding this when working out of town is people are really lazy about finding a gym. I don't know why. I kind of know why. One is they're just lazy. You literally go to your phone. Say you're staying at a hotel or you're working somewhere and say, gym nearby. Just click on it if you have an iPhone or an Android, whatever. It'll pop up every gym nearby, right? You may be a member of the gym, maybe not. But like I was in Oklahoma City and there's no LA Fitness. So I just said gym nearby. Gold's Gym popped up when I got there. So I pulled right in, went to Gold's Gym. Now here's the thing. I think what people get caught up in is they don't want to spend money on a gym. I just think they're too cheap. They either think it's too expensive, but the truth is, like say that Gold's Gym was $16 with tax. A lot of gyms now will give you 24 hours. So you'll get, if you want, you can fit in 2 workouts, basically $8 a piece. How do you beat it? Or you're going to go to a hotel gym, which usually, nothing against hotel gyms, they suck. They usually have elliptical, a bicycle, and a treadmill. And maybe weights up to 50 pounds. If you're lucky, maybe a cable crossover. Max. That's what most have. The pools are too small to do laps, and they're usually indoor, which is disgusting. Except for the coast. Certain coasts like Florida, California, they have outdoor pools, but they don't have saunas for the most part. Now, if you're talking a luxury hotel, which some of those I do go to, they have a lot more amenities. That's a whole different thing. But most people are traveling in, Hilton's, Marriott's, or brands like this. In their gyms, some are hit or miss. You just don't know. But yeah, think about it though. If I'm traveling, in my case, I'm excessive, don't get me wrong, but say you, for instance, if you even only travel 50 times a year, or 30, I don't care. If you include your vacations and everything else, 30 workouts. If you just work out in your hotel, what type of workouts are those really going to be? They're going to be half-ass. Most people do them. They go on a treadmill for a half an hour. They ride the bike. They'll do some quick little weights and they walk out of there. Is that anything compared to like what a real workout would be? And I'm not even talking weightlifting too. If you're into jiu-jitsu, take the time out when you're traveling, find out where a jiu-jitsu place is. If you're into, I don't care what you're into, you can find a place. If you're really into swimming, you can find pools to swim in. Obviously, a lot of gyms have pools. You can also go to YMCA's. You can do different things. And that's the other thing I was going to tell you. A lot of times, too, when you're going to certain gyms, you could go on the internet, right? You could just go on there. A lot of them have specials. So they'll have like a 3-day trial period. You just got to print it out. And you can print it out at your business center in your hotel. But if you go online, you just got to go online. I think Gold's has that. I think even LA Fitness, some of them, they have a 3-day. If you go there a lot of times, you just say, listen, I just want to test out your gym for the day. Some will do it, some won't. But a lot of times they'll give you a free pass. They'll be like, all right, just sign this up. If you won't even bullshit them, an old school way of doing that is just saying, hey, I'm thinking of moving here. I'd like to check your gym out. I live here now, but if or I'm going to be working here a lot. Corporate headquarters may be setting something up here. I may be coming here often. Can I try your gym out? I may become a member. They're going to take you on a tour, most likely let you work out for free. And also there are gyms like the YMCA in a pinch. They're pretty reasonable. I don't think they're more than $10. I know a lot some are really good, some are really bad, but if you got to work out, you got to work out. There's a lot of areas I go to that don't even have a gym in general. So I got to go to a YMCA, which I find actually fine. A lot of them have steam rooms that a lot of gyms don't have anymore. They have different types of equipment. They have old equipment, a lot of YMCAs, which I really like because a lot of these new gyms have all this modern equipment, which is cool, but I like some of the old school stuff too. But anyways, I think I kind of covered the gamut there. Didn't mean to get long-winded regarding this subject, but really, don't be lazy when you're traveling, working out. Your body is your most important component, man. When that goes, it all fucking goes, man. That is the foundation. The one thing you should not neglect is your health or your body. But I see more than ever, I think, when people travel, especially if they have a business expense card, they eat shittier food than ever. So they'll indulge themselves eating a lot more steak or lobster or whatever, especially if they're not paying. Or they'll be eating all these very rich foods, going to high-end restaurants, which is fine if your company pays for it, or even if you own your own company. But you got to realize, too, if you're not going to be exercising on the road and you're going to be eating a lot of heavy foods, drinking a lot of alcohol, you're going to take a toll on your body. That I can promise you. You don't look at always now, right? Look at 4, 5, 10, 20 years down the line what you're putting yourself through. If you're eating a lot of airport food or bar food too. A lot of guys I know when they travel, they because of sports, which I get it too, you're kind of hitting all the sports bars a lot of times, eating a lot of fried foods. You're just beating the shit out of your body, right? You're, look at most people, especially that travel. For the most part, I look at them, and a lot just in our country are obese. You could just see it when they're sitting there, when they're sitting in the bars, they just keep drinking, especially if the company's paying for it. I think, like when I travel, I try to save my company money. I don't want to, sometimes, the only thing I will spend money on is good food. I love Italian restaurants. So if I am in certain areas, I will spend some money on food, including a steak, or if I'm in Boston, I'll grab a lobster once in a while or treat myself. But for the most part, I'm trying to eat healthy. For lunch today, like I'm having a beet juice. And I'm going to have some fresh orange juice and some other juices for lunch instead of, I was actually thinking of doing a burger, but I said no. But last night, for instance, I had a prosciutto pizza. So I do cheat. There's nothing wrong with cheating. If you think you're going to eat perfect on the road all the time, you're out of your mind. Or everything's going to go smoothly. In my case, I'll have a drink here or there too. I don't mind having a beer, Italian beer, or a margarita if I'm eating Mexican food. But again, if you start traveling a lot, or you got to look at, again, at the end of the week. And I really see people do this on vacations, which blows me away. My buddy just went on a vacation. This crazy bastard, they go on cruises, and, I guess you get the wristbands, and they regulate, you get free drinks, but at the end they tell you how many drinks you had, or I think he rang up 70-something drinks. That was just on the cruise, not including when he was visiting the islands. That's fucking crazy. Think about what you're doing to your body. And I understand a lot of times you're on a vacation, right? You want to kind of like kick it in the ass and Actually, the opposite kind of kicking ass. But you just, as far as kicking, you just want to relax. A lot of people are like, that's it. I just want to take this week or these 2 weeks off. I want to go to this island. I want to go on this cruise. I just want to sit back, drink pina coladas or whatever you want to drink and relax, which is fine. But look at the end result of that. I remember when I got married, I was working out like an animal for many, many years. And then I took a couple weeks off. And I said, you know what? I've worked out for so long, so hard. I actually lived in Florida, and I went to Chicago to get married, and then went to Vegas for my honeymoon. And I'm like, you know what? I just don't want to even think about working out because I did it so much. I mean, forever. And I very seldom ever took a day off or anything. So I just said, you know what? I am going to just take 2 weeks off. Just give my bones and everything an entire break, which was fine. And I did that. When I came back, and I didn't even drink a lot. I'm not a big drinker. I just ate a lot and whatever with the time change and everything. When I came back, I literally lost about 30% of my strength in 2 weeks, maybe 25. Not only that, I was very winded, and everything felt very heavy. Now, I lifted a lot of heavy weights back then, so I'm not going to say I wasn't insane. And it took me a while. Like, it took me probably a month and a half to 2 months to get back in shape. I always say it takes months to get in shape, and it could take like literally a week to get out of shape. I did that in high school too. When I was wrestling, I came to Florida to spend a week with my dad, and I only ran once, and I always lifted weights and ran, but I got caught up in Orlando, Florida. We were going to water parks, we were going to Disney, and I wasn't working out or running. I came back and wrestled. I almost died. Just 1 week of not being at the physical level that I was used to being at. I'm not saying you have to be at any of these levels. But what I'm saying is, if you are working out or you do go on vacation, because I go on vacation as well, it doesn't mean you have to hit weights or do any of these things if you want to give yourself a break, but try to do something to keep yourself in a little bit of a cardio type of shape, I would say, more than anything. And I don't mean just walking around. People are like, oh, I'm going to be on vacation walking. Even hiking. You know, you can hike, that's good, but you really got to get your heartbeat up. And if you work out with weights, don't go too long, not lifting weights, I don't think, because it's going to be a real long road back. But again, that doesn't mean you have to kill yourself on vacation or even weightlift. You might just need a break, and I get that. And if you're a construction worker, you do physical labor, you dudes are on a whole different level regarding traveling, working out, everything. You guys, God bless you, you have a whole different lifestyle. It's easy for me to talk all these things, but if I'm doing physical labor while traveling and then still trying to incorporate hardcore workouts, that is a whole nother deal, because everybody does things differently. Everybody's in a different type of shape, so I'm not here to tell anybody regarding that. I'm kind of talking more corporate-orientated people that are kind of just very lazy, or they have just kind of bipolar lives when traveling as far as fitness goes. At home, they're always working out, they're eating correctly, watching what they eat and all these things, and then they go on the road and they become a garbage can, eating whatever, drinking, being very lazy as well. So, I'll leave it at that. That's it. Thanks for checking out the Rich CELENZA Show. You get a chance to check out my YouTube page. WTF are you talking about? It's our slogan. That's it. All right. Take care, everyone.